Excellent. All right, so tell me your name, your title, and the organization of which you work for.
Yeah, my name is Andrew Wolfick. I'm the assignment manager here at First Coast News.
How would you describe a typical day on the job?
It's different every day. The majority of the time, I get here in the mornings, we look and see what's trending, and then we decide around 9:30 what our major stories are going to be, and then we proceed from there. We tell the reporters where to go, where the photogs should go, and we start from there.
So how did you get into this field?
Bye. Good luck. IP number 1.
Do you have any information on this crime?
Yeah, it's on your desk. I printed it out for you.
Like, do I have one
go.
Yeah.
Just go.
1 dead in a multi-vehicle accident. Joe Kaczynski has the same email.
All right, so again, how did you get into this field?
It's a good question. I had to think about it. Ask again.
So how did you get into this field?
Oh, I got into this field several.
When you're done, you can leave this lights on.
Oh,
Sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So how did you get into this field?
I got into this field several years ago. I went to Florida State University where I did meteorology and communications. I then started out in a small market to doing, all the different things from meteorology to assignment desk to web, and then I worked my way up market size-wise.
All right, so how would you, or what type of majors would you say are successful in this field?
Successful majors, obviously communications, because you're going to be talking to a lot of people, trying to get all that information out there to the people at home, to the web team and the such. Meteorology, if you're interested in the weather aspect of it, or weather forecasting. So those 2 fields will definitely get you on the right track.
What would you say are some of the most satisfying parts of your job?
Learning the news first. Learning that an incident is happening and no one else around me knows what's happening. So I hold that for a couple minutes until I know what's going on, and then the producers learn, and then eventually the whole world will learn.
All right, and what would you say are some of the frustrating parts of this field?
Technology failures. When a computer system doesn't work, when a camera doesn't work, and you're at the scene of breaking news, and we have to get it somehow, so then we have to go to plan B, and a plan B doesn't work, a plan C. So that's the first, I would say, the most significant part of this field that's, you can encounter. Secondly is you have to be prepared for long hours, long days of work. It's not a 9-to-5 job. Some days you'll start at 9, and sometimes you won't get home until 11 p.m. So.
Not 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., but 9 a.m.
Oh yes, excuse me, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Oh, we're gonna have to redo that one.
Do you ever travel doing what you do, and for how long would you say you might travel, if?
I have traveled. Let's see. I've been to Tampa before for a news manager conference. I have helped cover different events around town, like Field Produce. Some of our anchors, we'll send them to tornado damage in the southern United States, or we'll send them to wherever the major news is happening. We sent multiple crews down to Orlando one time. One of our reporters just got back earlier this month from Las Vegas. He did a story out there, flew back. It was about airline travel. So you can go anywhere.
What percent of your time do you think is spent utilizing computers? You talk about technical difficulties and the technology failures and stuff, but what percent would you say if your job is all about that?
Computers, I'd say 95% of the time is computers. And then beyond that, there's social media, there's telephones.
Reporters
Yeah.
definitely have to be out in the field, and they're always connecting with people, talking to people. You specifically, you talk with them, but do you always have to meet with them?
I occasionally do meet with them. I went to a hurricane conference in Orange Park recently, and there were lots of public information officers there. And I walked up to myself. I knew who they were because I see them every day on television. They necessarily didn't know who I was. So I said, "Hey, my name is Andrew," just to use my first name. And they're like, oh my gosh, the Andrew? And I'm like, yes, the Andrew, the one who calls you every day. So yeah, the majority of the time it's, behind the phone. I never meet them. But yeah, there are outreach programs that we do with the public information officers or with the sheriffs that are in charge. In a couple weeks from now, we'll be meeting with a Clay County sheriff. He'll be here, and we're going to talk about transparency issues and the such. So there are chances to meet those who make the news, who our reporters see in a daily basis in the field, however, who I don't see.
Okay. How does your career affect your lifestyle?
That's a good question. When I go home, always, if it's around the time of which a newscast is on, I always have to check out that newscast. Make sure we're not missing anything. When I wake up, constantly checking on Twitter and social media to make sure that I'm not missing anything when I come into work. On the way into work, I'm listening to the radio, to the local news radio station, seeing what they have, seeing if what we have matches up with theirs, and that's a day.
What do you think education-wise you must have to be successful in this field?
I've seen people do it from a minimal education standpoint. I've seen people not even have, a major in this field, and yet they go on to excel. So that it varies. It varies per person. Certainly, many people have a communications degree of some sort. So I would advise that, and then I would always have another major, like as a backup major, in case you don't like the field, in case when you get into the field, it's not what you anticipated.
How do people usually learn about job openings in the field?
There's one great website. It's tvjobs.com. You have to subscribe to it. It's a subscription service. But you can log into that website daily to check openings of jobs. Then each of the station's websites usually have a good listing. For instance, we have, I think, around a dozen listings right now, from everything from a reporter to a photog to a producer candidate. So if you're interested, obviously, apply on the website, firstcoastnews.com.
Well, what do you wish you had known about your career field before you entered it?
Wish I had known. It's a good question. Wish I had known.
Or is there anything that you wish you had known?
Wish I had known before I entered it. I tell you, the one question that's always out there that I'm always thinking, wow, I wish I knew that or whatnot, is the rate of change. The business has changed so quickly. For instance, when I was in college, all my stuff is from VHS tape. And I'm not that old. And it's changed drastically since then. I mean, Facebook Live was not even a thing. Even a year ago, Facebook Live was still just catching on. So I'm questioning, what's ahead, what's next? What technology can we get on? That's beating our current, ways of getting news out to people.
Are there any books that you maybe would recommend to anybody?
Books. Not really.
Off the top of your head.
I would have to say not really. I will tell you this, though. If you were to ever enter into the station or get into a station, just ask the producer or executive producer for a copy of the scripts for that day, just so you can read through to see how the producer and how the anchor read through the newscast. That could provide some reading. Besides that, just pay good attention to the television set. Watch what they do, watch how they say. I would tell you that this is pretty helpful. Watching different newscasts in different markets. You can easily go on YouTube now, and people have uploaded newscasts to YouTube. Watch how different markets do things, because there's different styles of writing that you'll pick up on. There's different styles of the actual broadcast itself, the actual display that might interest you and be like, oh, that's better or that's cool. So I would suggest that.
Okay, just two last things. What are your personal future career plans?
I'm pretty set from where I'm at now. I'm the assignment manager here. We'll see where that takes me here at First Coast News. I was born and raised in this market, so I know a little bit about it. So higher up, obviously, in this market somehow.
So you grew up in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know. What school did you go to?
St. John's Country Day School.
Like Douglas Anderson.
Did you grow up here?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Douglas Anderson?
I thought you were came from elsewhere. I didn't know that. Oh, good. So you'll be here a while.
We'll see. Yeah.
Good.
I love Jacksonville.
Good.
This is definitely home. Is there any special advice you can give to a young person that may be trying to get into the field? Encouraging advice?
Let's see here. Definitely intern in the station if that is available. Internships have really been cut down in the last couple of years because internships, they have to pay now, the companies. And with the staff reductions, there necessarily isn't that much out there to intern at. So find a good internship, mentor with the person who's in the field, get involved in your college or your university program, broadcast program, and I think those are some good steps.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrew.